Hello, everybody. So I know this is kind of an unusual angle, but I don't feel like putting off this reading. I just want to be here in the park and channel some messages for you and for me and for whoever is listening. And I finally found a little corner that is not windy. It's just bright sunshine. It feels so warm. So I just wanted to go ahead and do this. So yeah, welcome to my little space, my little corner of the internet, where we open up to ourselves, we open up to the presence of the divine, of the universe within us, each individually and collectively. I hope that the messages that we get here will help you on your path in some way, or will ease the way, or provide clarity, even connection. That's my intention here. And I hope that you like being here. So, can you open up now to the messages that want to come through today? Connecting with my guides and your guides, and with the intention of the message today. I invite you to do the same, to take a big breath in and a nice slow exhale when you're ready. Just grounding in wherever you are, whether you're walking or sitting, lying down. Grounding into your environment, into your body, rooting. Taking another big inhale. And exhale when you're ready. And feeling in your heart space, or wherever your intuition is for you, feeling into that intention today. Feeling into any questions you may have. Asking for the presence of your guides to be here today with us. Okay. Let's see what messages want to come in today. Beautiful energy. There's definitely a feeling I'm already getting without even any cards. Oh, this feeling of desiring peace and desiring joy and a sense of relief. We have the Fool. So the reading cut out just for a sec, but I'm going to start where I left off. So we have the Fool card here, and I'm really drawn to the 0 number, the 0 point, the nothingness. This is a new beginning. The message that we're getting right now has to do with dedication to the path that we're moving towards, or the path that we are starting on, or that we've decided to commit to. There really is a feeling of commitment and devotion to the new, to the expansiveness of the universe, to the unknown. And with the 0 card here, with the Fool, this is about the unknown. This is about the unknowable, about the emptiness behind all. Now, I'll get to that in a little bit, but for now, I want to stay a little bit focused on this concept of the unknowable, of the openness before us. Because what we have on the bottom of the deck is the Empress, which is just an absolutely stunning energy of fullness, of pregnant potential, of life. She is, in the tarot, the third card, the number 3, which is a card of multiplication, of energy, of creativity, of birth, of the product of duality interplaying together, like light and shadow, yin and yang, to create something new, to bring forth physical matter. So the Empress is this card of grounded divine creativity. And from nothingness, something is birthed. So the Fool in this sense is like a womb energy. It's like this empty space before us where we get to plant something within it. We get to decide and use our yang energy to make, to create from our intention, to decide that we want to build something, and then to plant a seed, and then to grow it, and then to nurture it, and then to birth it, and then to nurture it. The Empress is also defined by these, there's symbols of the divine feminine in here, with the wheat, with the symbol of Venus, even with the mountains, and with her staff. There's so many symbols here that, to me, resonate so deeply with the earth, with the energy of the earth, with the energy of Gaia. She is at once the holder of the potential of life, the birther of life, and then the celebrator of life, let's say. Because with the wheat here, she's not just like a Taurus, like a springtime energy. She is also a harvest energy. She rules all aspects of the divine feminine from beginning to end, but especially that period in between of the celebration of life and the enjoyment of the physical realm. The Fool here is telling us to believe in the path that we're on, even if it is unknown, even if there is an empty space before us, that every step of the way, everything that we do with the intention of enjoying the journey and enjoying life and enjoying life's pleasures and being an active participant through our bodies in the world, that will lead us towards a feeling of abundance, of embodied abundance. Whoa, too many cards. What's the message from today? The sun is so hot right now. Even though it's not a very warm, or not a very warm day. It's a little bit cold, but the sun is so warm on me right now. I'm almost too hot. Something that I was actually thinking before I started doing this reading was that I feel like I'm acting like moss right now, because moss lies low, stays, and lichens, but let's just talk about moss. It creates and lives, it lives within it. It grows itself in this tiny, tiny, tiny microclimate between the surface that it is growing on and the atmosphere, like the rest of, the air above it. And so moss stays short, stays small-ish, because it survives in this tiny microclimate that can only really happen right above the surface of things, where the lower you get, the more temperate and easeful it is, right? So if you think about being at the beach, if you ever experience this, even in the summertime, when you stand up, you can feel like the breeze and the wind coming off the waves, and that's how you can actually cool down, and how you can get like really, really overheated when you're just like lying on the sand in the sun, and you get really sweaty and like sunstroke, and then you stand up and you feel a little bit better. It's because you're literally kind of existing in this little microclimate the closer you are to the earth. And so whenever I'm really cold but it's still like a sunny day, I will like try and find a spot where there's not a lot of wind, but also where I'm low to the ground and it's warmer here. So I don't know why I feel called to share this message, but I think that there is something about lying low. And with the energy of the Empress, it's really interesting because she has these codes of the earth written in her, like, you know, inherent in her symbolism, inherent in her archetype. And what I'm feeling called to share is her lessons. It's like we're being called to mimic plants, to mimic non-human things of the earth, of the plants, of the animals, of the earth itself, of the tectonic plates, of the way that rocks exist, of the way that the water falls over the mountainside. How does moss sit on a rock? How does moss grow on tree bark? How do flowers bloom? Why do they bloom? What does the lake feel like? Perhaps we can extend our consciousness to being outside ourselves and not so much locked in our human noise and the monkey mind of our thoughts and our worries and our doubts. And maybe we can just pour out that anxiety that we have, pour it out of ourselves into the earth, back in. Because what I'm feeling here is that we often, as a species, we personify the earth. We give human attributes to the earth, and that is not necessarily the right way to do it. We can't know what the mountain feels like unless we are a mountain. We can't know what a tree feels and needs and wants. We don't know if plants actually feel pain in the way that we conceptualize pain. It might be an animal thing. I don't know. Somebody tell me if there's any science that proves whether a tree or whether plants feel pain in the way that humans do, because I am deeply invested in knowing that. But the point I'm trying to make is like the message that's coming through is to shapeshift into the planet herself, into a form that is not your own, so that you can let go of what isn't true, and that is, the thought bodies, and to get back into the earth, back into the planet, back into the body, the earthly body, where there is no mind, where there is no thought. That's what I'm feeling with the Fool. Basically, this is a long-winded way of talking about deep grounding practices and the necessity for deeply grounding ourselves right now through tapping in with Mother Earth energy, with Gaia energy, with our root chakra, with our root star chakra, which is like, a foot below us at all times under the earth. It's what roots us down into the energy of the planet. Tapping in there, rooting down, is what allows us to then fly beautifully like a kite. So if you can imagine yourself, maybe with all these different metaphors I'm giving you, as both, this thing that is tethered and thus safe to fly, and also maybe many other things. Maybe let go of your human mindsets for just a few minutes while you feel into the experience of a blade of grass as a suggestion. Okay, so we have the moon now. And that's the 18. So that's 9. So that's 3 threes. So I really am getting this feeling of generative creativity and patterns and healing and the stories of humanity really coming through for me. The moon card is about confusion. It's about illusion. It's about the darkness, shadow, the interplay of shadow and light. It's also about the overwhelm of darkness over light. So it's like the period of nighttime where there is still light. The moon is like the point of yin or yang within yin. The moon is looking kind of like a yin-yang symbol for me today. But so the moon card right now is talking about feeling overwhelmed by shadow. And there's this period, I think, there's this collective feeling right now of feeling a little bit buried in doubt and in confusion, while still holding on to hope, still holding on to a sliver of light, a pinprick of light in the night sky, knowing that we are going towards something that matters to us, that we care about, that we are creating and that we believe in, and we still have hope towards that. But everything around us looks dark. Everything around us feels like it's not really conducive to our well-being, or it's just not working. It's not showing us what we need to see. We still feel like we're walking in the dark. We still feel like we can't see the way forward. And that's again where the Fool is coming in to tell us to see with our eyes closed, to walk in the dark, even if you don't know where you are going, even if you cannot see the next step, because the night ends and the day comes, always. The Empress was here to remind us that the earth beneath our feet is all we need at this point in time. All we need is to ground into the body, into the earthly body. All we need is to trust her presence, to trust the presence of our own existence. That's it. No thought. When you can't see, stop trying to make up phantoms. Stop trying to see in the dark. You cannot see in the dark. If you do, you will create more illusion. You will stir yourself up into fear. You'll stir yourself up into believing that there are shadow figures, that there are things there to hurt you in the shadows. But there isn't. There's nothing for you to do but just be present. I'm going to invite you now to just take another big old inhale in. Grounding into the body and exhaling. Just breathing whenever you want. Clearing your energy of all doubt. Just being at peace. The Knight of Swords on the bottom of the deck is again this noise, this mental chatter, this anxiety, but also this pushing and striving to figure it out, to know where we are, to understand why things are confusing right now. The truth is that you all are at this point you're at a precipice. You're at this point of expansion, this point of freedom and expression and adventure. The precipice is where you are right now. Not that you're going to fall off and it's going to be scary. It's more like it's like a starting line for a race. No, not even that, because it's not this energy of racing. It's like, we're not racing. That's the shadow. The shadow within us, the illusion is that we are racing towards something, but we're not racing. We are already here. We're in the present moment, there is everything. That's what the Fool is saying. It's so funny because the Fool often does talk about these new beginnings, and there's a paradox here where we are in fact at a new beginning, and there is much more to come. Many blessings, many earthly beauty, and many earthly blessings, and a lot of beauty. But the paradox is that that's true, while also it's like there is nowhere else to be but here, right? So the Moon card is here to remind us that there is an illusion of needing to push forward, to know the way, to have it in our minds very clear, having clarity, having mental strategy about how we should be moving right now. Whereas what we're really supposed to be doing is just enjoying the present moment and having no plan, no thought, no worries, being grounded in the body. That's all that matters. Resting as much as possible. Walking wherever you want to walk. Following your delight. Follow your joy. Play with the butterflies. Play with the animals. Be childlike. Enjoy being a creature in this world. That's all. You don't need to be so human all the time, right? The devil shows up here as I break the deck. Oh, look, and then I pull him, and then underneath the Empress is there again. That's so amazing. So that's like a confirmation. She's come back around. That underneath, oh my God, underneath the illusion that we are in fact bound to our humanness, bound to the things that make us have to act certain ways and that control our existence, that control our ability to feel free and to feel expansive and to feel like we have self-sovereignty and autonomy. That underneath that, the truth is that we are all part of this world. We're all part of this creature, this living, breathing organism that's the earth. And that's all that matters. We don't have to know why. We don't need to, right now at least. This is the point of this reading, is to release that burden of trying to understand cognitively what the hell this is all about. Because with the devil here, the devil also is not always a negative card for me, and often can talk about the earthly realm. And it's just simply like that it's about the body, not the spirit. And I'm not afraid of devil energy. I think it can be deeply healing and informative. It's about the underworld, right? The shadow walkers, the aspect of ourselves that is tied to the dark, or that expresses themes of maybe shadow, fear, illusion of being held, of being controlled, the things within us that control us, the parts of ourselves that protect, or that claim to be protecting but are actually hindering, blah blah blah. So anyway, the devil card can be about so many things. And in this reading, I believe that it is saying multiple things. It's saying that we are, in fact, always free, but that's not always easy to see, that the illusion is so strong sometimes that it does bind us. And recognizing that is empowering. even recognizing that you do have things that hold you down or that stress you out or that make you feel pressured or that you can't escape, like an addiction or a pattern of behavior or mental processes or mental patterns that really seem to make life feel heavy or burdensome or struggling. That there's no shame in that the devil here is reminding us that this is okay. It's okay to recognize that. And when we recognize it, it empowers us to find the beauty in it, in fact, to find that the sacredness within this earthly existence, that it is difficult sometimes, and that there are really good reasons for why things are hard, why things are difficult to escape, why certain habits are hard to break. But underneath that, there is still this feeling of, or rather that there is a home here, and that by remembering that we belong and remembering that we are in fact safe in our bodies, and that can be hard too, is to feel safe in our bodies, because especially if we've experienced trauma of any kind, just existing in this world can feel really overwhelming and really stressful, and not knowing where you're going can become this like horrifying experience, because just it can be anxiety inducing, right? But the devil, kind of oddly, it's reminding us that amidst the fear, there is still something to root into. There is still purity in ourselves that we can find through our sense of presence in the world, through our sense of collective inheritance of the world. Bring forth your visions, bring forth your creations. Do not fear making what it is that you want to make in this world. Your throat chakra is being activated right now as well. That's what the Empress is saying to me. You are rising up into your power and becoming the sole creator of your vision, but also you are the one who is worth. You're realizing your own worth, and you're standing up for yourself, and you're validating your existence. Your throat chakra is clear in that you are going to be expressing yourself and expressing your worth, and your work without hesitation. You will just let things flow. The Fool is an emptiness card also, because there is so much space ahead of you to fill with your creation energy, with your creativity, with your abundance, your knowledge of whatever it is that you want to, or that you're interested in. Plants and animals can be your signs, can be your guides, can be your friends, your companions. But you are sovereign in yourself, you are whole in yourself, and you know that. You know that you can use the energies of the earth to manifest whatever it is that you want. You can tap into the energies and the archetypes of the planet to help you create whatever it is that you want to create. The moon may also be actually an area or an aspect of the universe that you can tap into to help you manifest. You can use the moon's energy, the moon's cycles, to help you. This, if you're a woman or a menstruating person who's listening to this reading, your energy is going to be deeply synced to the moon, and you can use your womb, like you tap into your womb energy. You don't have to identify as being a woman to tap into womb energy at all. It's divine feminine. It's the sacred kind of zero point within us, the void that then can be filled. It is accessible to all, especially to those who feel connected to feminine energy. Step away from things that are feeling like they trap you, like they entrap you in cycles of thought or belief that make you feel low, make you feel heavy, make you feel drawn down, make you feel like you are not empowered, that you're not free to be however you want to be in this world and to play. You need to be able to be free and play and rest as much as you need. And the Devil card is that shadow, that icky feeling, or that presence of illusion that sits on top of our world that makes us think that we have to behave and act and show up in a certain way. Anything that makes you feel like you are being drawn out of your own center of energy, out of your own core sense of self-worth, out of your own creative energy, your own creative spirit, out of the flow, the natural flow. Anything that draws you away like that, people, places, things, jobs, situations, you need to, I just saw like you did, it's like, bear with me here because this is a culture, like it's a thing in certain cultures, but it will be difficult to understand maybe in other cultures. But I saw someone spitting on it, to spit on this energy of the devil. This is something that I know is present in like Mediterranean cultures, especially in folklore and witchcraft, but also just like, the folk ways. To spit is actually like a protective act. So people will do it to dispel the evil eye and to just dispel negative, harmful energy. So I'm seeing, like, you don't have to literally do it, but it's just the visual that I got. So, but energetically sort of spit on those energies, like banish them, send it away. You don't have to play by those rules. You don't have to fear the devil. You don't have to fear anything. That's the last message I'm getting that I'm going to leave us with. Remember when I was talking about the shadows in the dark? Like, these are the illusions that are coming through, and you can clear your mind. You can clear your energy, and you can root back into the feeling of abundance, safety, and beauty, and joy, and light when you decide for yourself that, no, I am not going to believe in that shit. I am not going to believe that there is a demon specter in the corner looking at me that's going to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, hold me or bind me and control me. I mean this even if you work with spirits, like, you can just protect your energy. Nothing has power over you. Nothing. Even if dark entities exist or you believe in that, like, nothing can hold you down. Laugh at it. Spit in the face of it. Fill yourself up with light. Protect your own energy. You don't have to play into the darkness. You don't have to. It's not necessary. Okay, so I'm going to leave us there. That message really picked up speed at the end, and we got into some interesting witchy territory. I don't know if there's mediums that are tapping into this reading, but hopefully you could hear everything I had to say. I know it's kind of like there's a lot of background noise, but I don't know, it's nice to hang out outside, isn't it? So anyway, thank you so much for being here and for spending time with me. If you want to work with me in any other ways, there's info in the description box, or you can reach out to me personally and we can talk or whatever. So I don't know. So there's lots of things that we can do together. And anyway, I hope to see you around here more. And yeah, thank you again for hanging out. Blessings.